everyone, and I'm back again with the second email I got from John in regards to his question in how to build a team. He obviously writes, thanks a lot for the reply, and again he's having trouble choosing the third slot, being the explosives expert. He wants to choose between Barry and Meltdown, and it seems that it's a little bit expensive, so he's wondering what I would do in regards to what he would choose in the third slot itself. Well, looking at the nice table he drew out, I'm not sure, hold on a second. Yeah, I think he might have made a mistake in regards to the role of Fox and Wolf. It's the opposite way around. It's probably a mistype, never mind. Then you got Barry and Meltdown for the third slot. Well, in regards to this, what I would say is, yeah, it's pretty hard. Barry has higher potential, meaning that you could juice out of him more than Meltdown. Unfortunately, Barry is also a wimp, so once his health is low, you will lose around 15% of his stats. It could be 10 to 15, you know, actually nobody really knows, but it does affect quite a bit. So the risk when going into battle is that he'll turn to complete shit when shit hits the fan. So Barry literally loses a substantial amount of performance when his health goes down until you heal him. So now Meltdown stays focused when shit hits the fan. So, and she also has a machine gun trait that Barry doesn't have, which comes in handy in medium / close quarter combat. Overall, Barry, if you look at the mercenary potentials, has around 689 points. That may outperform Meltdown, who has 684 when hitting the maximum level by 5 points. But unfortunately, Barry himself, he can't really take the heat in combat. But now let's stick to mercenary likes and dislikes. Barry likes red, who is another explosives person, which is pointless to get another explosives though. So even if you get Barry, there's no way you can hire red just to have the morale boost, since you already have an explosives person. It's better to get another person that can use the C4 with a timer. Always the secondary explosive person if you're not aiming to get to the first explosive that has a 75 or 80 requirement for the C4 timer. If you C4 remote control, I mean. If your first explosive person has just their minimum requirements for the timer, then make sure the second one you get obviously has the remote control. Like that you can replace the old one. So with Barry there is no morale boost, as I said before. And while Meltdown pretty much hates the world when you play with her, and that's my experience, but she really is great in regards to her comments. You really crack up, and she disses the shit out of everything. Well, let's take a look at the actual AMG sheet that I'm looking at now. You gotta give me a few seconds. I'm just reading through all the stats and stuff. Her morale will also stay good. She doesn't hate anyone, and she doesn't dislike anyone, so that's good. But on the other hand, she doesn't get a boost. Any morale boost, so you can't get anybody in the team to help her morale boost. Furthermore, she has a loner trait, so if she's alone, it'll pick up. And the 5 points difference, again, the overall mercenary potential between Barry and Meltdown is really minimal, so it's not really worth to get Barry in my opinion, especially since I'm going to be going into battles and this is my main team. I don't want him to reduce by 20 or 10 to 15% performance when he gets damaged, so that's not really a risk in my sense. And later on what I could do is I could always send, when I hire a different explosive expert to replace Meltdown, since Meltdown can't use the C4 timer, and I'll hire another one that can. What I could do then is just send Meltdown alone to Cambria and she can camp there. So that's pretty good. Her morale of course will go up since she's a loner and she has a machine gun trait, so that's perfect. I'll send her in the center of the house in Cambria. They always charge to the center of that one house in Cambria, and I could camp her in there. What you could do then is, I would suggest is, you could place mines, obviously. In Cambria you buy a lot of mines. You could defuse a lot of mines on the way. You could place a lot of mines in Cambria. Use her to mine the living hell out of the place. And if one or two even survive the minefield, then Meltdown can easily take them out. Easily take them out when they actually hit the actual main building in the center. Make sure to mine it heavily. Even stick one in the entrance of the door. Also equip her with a few smoke grenades as well. It's a good idea to smoke the door entrance when more than one is coming, if they actually survive the actual minefield that you put, it usually slows the halt down if you throw in a smoke grenade. And it gives you the advantage, because if they actually decide to run through the smoke screen that you put in, you always have the first shot. So, because by the time they actually orient themselves where you are and actually take aim and fire, you would for sure take out a few shots. And since it's close quarters, put the machine gun in burst mode as always. You know, that's like a no question, no brainer there. As well as have oil with her at all times, since she can't repair anything and since she's alone. Make sure the gun doesn't go down below 8 points of durability, otherwise you can't actually repair it. And since she can't heal, this is one like risk you're gonna have to take. You better make it very hard for anybody to get close to her. That's what I mean. That's what I meant by placing a lot of mines, even mine the entrance, have a few smoke grenades, like make it practically impossible for anybody to get a shot at her. And in case they do, if she's not bleeding or wounded, it's fine. Because if it's just general damage, then she can heal up over time as you're moving around the map, and as time goes by, the actual her health will go up itself. And if she is actually bleeding or wounded, then just reload it and redo the run. Well, I hope this helps you out, John. I believe I hopefully answered everything you have. As always, if I haven't, then just send me another email and I'll answer it as well. Take care. Happy gaming.